I didn't go to bed till late last night. Arkansas lost a basketball game that started at 9 p.m. anyway, and we were up double digits pretty much the whole game. Lost it in overtime. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's really one of the worst. It was the second worst, well, or second best, however you want to say it, come from behind game ever in the NCAA tournament. So I was pissed. It was a terrible night. That was my night. How was your night?
It wasn't that bad.
It was terrible. It was literally the worst.
Yeah, I don't know. I just went to dinner and then.
Did you know that Arkansas lost bad?
No, I knew they were playing in San Francisco against Texas Tech, but I didn't know the results.
We were whooping them the whole game. The whole game.
They didn't lose bad.
But like your move.
No, we lost bad because we were up by 13 and they blew it all. Yes, they did lose bad.
Yeah, with like 4
That
minutes.
was a
final
bad
score.
loss. It was a bad loss.
Yes, they lost bad. It wasn't a massive score differential,
Right.
But it was a terrible loss.
Yeah.
It was the worst. One of the most gutting losses
Ugh.
because we were up so much. And people are like, "Would you be happy with the Sweet 16? You weren't supposed. You lost. You went 0-5 at the start of the conference." And I'm like,
Who told you that?
everybody. That's the thing. It's like you should just be happy because they went 0-5 at the start. I'm like,
No.
well, we shouldn't have went 0-5 at the start.
Right. I'm not happy about that either.
I'm supposed to be happy that we won because we lost so many then. It was a gutting loss. And so, whatever. It's just stupid. That's all. I hate sports. I'm convinced I did something bad in another life where I'm just punished with bad teams because I don't ever win. I don't have any good teams. I'm not going to change, but I don't have any good teams.
But you're born into it.
Yeah, no,
Like,
you're right.
there's
But
nothing you
it
can do about it.
was a different life that, again, or something happened somewhere that's forced me into this because I'll never leave. Oh, you want to hear? Oh, you should hear my tweets. I was going. I didn't even like who I was.
Wait,
last
after the
night.
games, you went.
and I shouldn't do it.
Oh, boy.
I shouldn't do it because I started going at people too. First thing I wrote was immediately after we lost on Twitter. Good night, everyone. I hope you have a joyful day tomorrow.
That was very nice of you. Very mature.
Very grown up.
And I was just going to leave it at that. And then I couldn't. So then I got a little analytical. I said Texas Tech played smarter and harder than us. They played more inspired and more disciplined. That's a terrible, terrible loss for us. But that's what we do. Woo pig.
Oh, no.
And then people start going, what do you mean they played harder and smarter? Listen, we shot so great, and they played so hard without a high shooting percentage. They played more inspired than us. It sucks. That sucked. And then I was like, I'm going to bed. Then I was like, I got another one. Then I put up music notes, and I wrote, all I do is lose, lose, lose no matter what.
Oh, boy.
Man.
Uh-oh. Starting to spiral.
And then I wrote, I'm not even mad at anyone, just mad at myself. I know the stove will burn me, yet I just keep grabbing it over and over again.
Yeah.
And then I wrote, woo pig, can't wait to be hurt again. And then I started going at people because they started coming at me. Now, I never went after anybody because I don't care enough to go after anybody, but if I'm triggered,
They're going after you for what reason?
I would write things that would reply to me.
But were they rubbing it in, or were they?
Well, one guy was like, you're a fair weather fan.
No, it's not fair weather.
And I was like, I'm passionate with wins and losses. I was like, you're a casual. And that's not,
That's not true.
I called him a casual. And that's not like a mean thing, but that's what you say to somebody who like don't know ball. Like, like you're just a casual. One dude though, and I want to read you the one thing and I'll be done with this. And then I wrote a poem. Sometimes I have to write. I have to create to get my heart to settle. So I wrote a poem. So I'm going to read this tweet I'm not proud of. And then I'm going to read my poem and then I'm going to move on. Anyway, I told the guy he pulls his pud in the DQ parking lot.
Oh,
basically.
boy. Oh, boy.
But I have so many replies now that I need.
You don't know him though. You
No,
don't
he
know
came
that.
at me.
You're just saying that that's what he does.
I just assumed by his tweet that he came at me. And he was like, I was getting a bunch of like, wow, it's an awesome game. Like while it was happening, people were like so happy for me. And I was like, just wait. Oh, I have something else. I'll talk about that different time. Man, I sure would love to find that mention, but I guess I won't. Like if you see me telling the guy he pulls his pud in the DQ parking lot on a tweet, yeah, he may have got out of there. He may have realized he bit off more than he could chew.
Or he was like, how does he know?
His name's like Boudreaux or something.
His ID check surveillance.
Wait a second. How did you know that?
Does he have the
He
footage?
starts looking around.
Who told you?
He goes and admits to his wife. Hey, okay, I'm gonna get to this before it gets to you. Apparently, I've been caught. Yeah. Okay. I guess I won't. It's probably better I don't read it, and I should have been ready for it, but I forgot I did it. Okay. The guy said something like, "You should not do sports takes. Your sports takes are as bad as something." And I was like, I get paid to do sports takes for a living. Something, and he said something, and I said, "Well, I'll be talking sports tomorrow, collecting a check while you're pulling your pud in the DQ parking lot."
Ah, that's funny.
that's
it was
good.
something like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Not just random. You pull your pud.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Because I was like, that's cool and all, but I don't know the.
No,
I didn't
yeah,
see
no.
the connection.
The context was
Yeah.
that. What would you like me to just to hear my? Would you like to hear my poem?
Yes.
This is called "I Hate Everything."
Okay.
Are we recording this for video?
Yeah, man,
I'd
you're
like to have this.
You're on.
This poem is called "I Hate Everything"
Oh.
by Bobby Bones. I hate peanut butter. The taste is a crime. I hate waking up at 3 a.m. That's not a healthy wake-up time. I hate when my dogs are sick because it breaks my heart. I hate trolls in the comments section who think they're so smart. I hate when I let someone out in traffic and they don't wave because I go from being a good citizen to full-on road rage. I hate onions, raw, steamed, or fried. And I hate that if I'm riding in the back seat, I get car sick every single time. I hate late people who smile like, "Oh, it's fine." And I really hate people who think it's okay to cut in line. I hate political talk that's made to divide. I hate raisins in trail mix. Who let them inside? I hate all these things. They cut like a knife. Because nothing compares to the cut like this Razorback life. A big game lost. I just went numb, and then I sat in silence. What have I become? Still I wear my red, no matter the bruise, because diehards don't quit, even though the Razorbacks lose.
Oh,
Poem.
you should have framed that, man.
Like I always reprint it, but
You
Sign it.
can hear the tears in those words.
Yeah.
could you?
Yeah.
And there was a couple times I thought it was over, and then you hit me with another line. I was like, "Oh man, he's still going." I feel bad.
Rage.
Was your wife awake?
No,
Okay. Thank God.
she didn't even know. She woke up this morning. She's like, "No, I wake." She didn't wake. I didn't see her this morning because I woke up way early. She woke up because I woke up to go pee and forgot there was a basketball game on. And so when I wanted to go pee, then she woke up because I woke her up. I kept waiting for her to be like, "How'd the game go?" And I wanted to be like, I'm so pissed. And she didn't. She was like, "Can we just turn the light off?"
Mm-hmm.
You don't
It's
think
early.
a middle of the night wake up ish?
So stupid. Anyway, it was terrible loss. I hate it. I hate me. I hate me for caring so much. This is not a poem. I'm not going back to another poem, but I hate me for caring so much.
It's tough, man.
Thanks for not texting me.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I was gonna text you. Like, there's no way. I was like, just let him be.
I'll do some voicemails. Brett from Dallas. This is number 1. Go ahead.
Good morning, Bobby Bones. I got a question for you, Raymundo. Wonder if you have any tips and tricks to operating the board. That's right. Your boy Brett is getting promoted to board op for the country station here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I'm about to run the board tomorrow. So do you have any tips to running the board? Please, I'd love to know them, Ray. And can I get a yeah for the promotion? Thanks.
Okay.
First of all, remember him? He was like, "I need some advice. I'm trying to get a job up in radio." And we did a whole thing.
I don't remember that.
We do a lot of bits. But yeah, we talk. This is like a follow-up voicemail.
So he did get the job?
Sounds like it. Ray, what do you got him?
Yeah, the board has over 300 buttons on it. I know about 10 of them.
Good point.
So my advice is learn the buttons you need to know and don't care about the rest.
God, I hope my pilots don't think that.
Don't worry about those.
Like, I know like 11 to get us up and back down.
Yeah, but what are all those other buttons for?
So I don't see the board right there specifically that, but a lot of them aren't really for anything. Always, they're for things just in case there are other elements that need to be added.
Okay.
Let's say like we have 8 microphones. I want to put in 14. All these other slides, their buttons are built. I don't know that that's the case, but a lot of times that's the case. Ray, what would your answer be to that question?
no answer, but am I still answering his question?
He doesn't know.
The red buttons are always hot and always live on the air. Do that for yourself. And if you want to make something the blue color, that means it's cold. Color coordinating really helps. And I also make gaps. You don't want all your dials to just be in the line of sight. So I always drop Abby's mic down because she doesn't talk, and it helps my line of sight. So do stuff like that. And remember, if anything hits the fan, turn the mics up. That's what the hosts are paid to do, talk.
I didn't know that was the strategy.
I don't get that.
Well, or it also could be like if things hit the fan, you need to turn the mics
Well, yeah, I
off.
would get into a song or something. Yeah, I don't know. Some of the stuff he was saying, I don't know. I don't even know what he was saying when he got technical. But I didn't know, like, if things go wrong, just turn me on. I don't like that.
No, it's
Yeah,
scary.
no, but that's where you shine.
No, but if things go wrong, no, protect me at all costs. Make sure I'm not on. Like, get something else on.
How does like the show go from the board to the rest of the world?
Dude, I have no idea how things work.
Great question.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's one of the other buttons that Ray doesn't know.
I don't know
about.
how I push my foot on a pedal, my car goes forward. I don't know how things get on my TV screen. I don't know how any of this works. So that's a great question. I don't know how that thing that sits in an office with it has like the 6 balls where you take 2 and it goes clank and it hits it and the 2 go clank and how that goes forever.
That thing's so cool.
Like, I don't know. I've seen it. I know it will, but I don't know how that goes forever.
I mean, that I can kind of get because it's the once the ball,
but
the
explain it.
momentum.
Physics,
and I
man.
can,
It's physics.
Exactly. And I can explain how something gets on TV.
Thanks.
You know, the signal goes through the air.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't know how, but it does.
TV and radio is more confusing to me than that clinky thingy.
Well, we'll wait for your explanation. Go ahead. Tell us about it.
No, I don't know that I could exactly explain it. It's just
Congratulations, Brett.
momentum.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think.
And
momentum.
force.
Oh, yeah. Force and momentum.
But like we have lots of studios here with lots of boards and
Oh, my
mics, and
gosh.
I'm like, how do you go into one of those and then like, boom, we're in everyone's car now.
Right. No,
That's
it's crazy.
weird to me.
That's not how it happens. The board does not turn us on everybody's phones or cars. There is something inside the board that allows a signal to be sent, But the board is just the element that is allowing what we're saying to reach the element that's sending it, to reach the element that's sending it.
Oh man.
Passageways.
So there's different
basically.
channels to get
For
out
sure.
there.
But you can't just walk on and push a button on the one button on that board and we're on the air.
Okay.
You got to
I've always thought that it was that
I don't know
easy.
how. I don't. But yes, but no.
Okay.
Rick from California is number 2. Go ahead.
This is kind of a combination of a comment on a segment and a morning corny. You were talking about the most expensive coffee, that black ivory coffee that came from Thai elephant poop. Well, you know what that would be called? That's a crappuccino.
Boom.
That's good stuff.
Not bad.
Next one.
I was just wondering if there is any update on if Amy finished the book Fourth Wing and if she's planning on reading the rest of the series.
Yes, I'm planning on. I think the next one is like Black Onyx. I'm looking it up.
But you did finish.
Oh yeah.
You're done?
But you never gave us like
You
the
never
update
gave us
on the
update.
show.
What?
That was the whole bit.
Oh, I thought I told you I was getting really close once I got towards the thing, and then I finished shortly after that. But then also,
But
Like-
even then, you
You literally never said a word
like
about
we
it.
spun the wheel. You lost.
I didn't.
No.
You
You
were
haven't
just
even
like-
told us anything about
you
the
were
book.
like, they're doing
Yeah,
it now.
no, but that's towards the. I didn't want to say where that was because then I was like, I don't want to give away exactly where it is. But now I kind of am, and I'm so nervous to give anything away.
But you can just say you finished the book. We didn't.
Onyx Storm. That's next.
So you did finish it.
Yeah, Fourth Wing
Did
is
you-
the first one.
Did you like it?
Yes, that's why I'm going to give the next one a go. Oh, that's book 3. Shoot, I got to order it. I want to start reading
Iron
it.
Flame is book 2.
I'm the what?
Iron Flame is book 2.
Iron Flame. Okay.
And when I finish a book, everyone knows I'm done with it.
You gotta let them
No,
know. You gotta scream from the
I'm
rooftop.
sorry. I thought listen, I get so nervous now about, do you know how many people message me like that I already ruined something in the book?
Amy, I just finished a book. That's all you had to say.
Okay.
Or just, hey, you know
But
the
I
bit we
thought
did
when
when we
I-
spun the wheel? I did finish the book.
Okay, I finished the book.
And then what do you rate it?
4 out of 5 dragons.
Okay. There you have it. Unless we're not supposed to know dragons aren't in the book.
No, y'all already know dragons
just
are in the
making
book.
sure.
I was just going to say something else, but.
Go ahead. Next voicemail.
Lunchbox was supposed to get punished for a question show that he lost like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and we ain't heard nothing about the punishment. So, listen back to the show. We haven't heard anything about him being punished. You're slipping, Bobby. You're slipping.
I've been slipped. I went on vacation.
Yeah, man. That was my punishment.
So forgot. And so, no. The punishment, Mike has reminded me, but this week's been a bit of a difficult week. I like to enjoy the punishments, right? So I don't want to be exhausted and been running on fumes. So the Lunchbox's punishment will happen next week. I don't really remember specifics, but I remember him needing to be punished, right? We know
that sounds familiar.
No, it was all.
It's on my sheet. Punish Lunchbox.
I'll tell you.
See, that's why I thought this must have what happened. I think I got to the dirty part right before vacation and then finished before vacation. And
good.
then after vacation, I didn't.
She's using your excuse.
Mm-hmm. I am. Vacation ruined everything.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted to punish Lunchbox. She goes, I was reading my book, and it made me want to punish Lunchbox.
Oh, like that.
No. You don't want me to punish him like that.
Mike, what is it?
Yeah, he couldn't guess all the celebrity couples in that game.
The top 10.
And so he bet.
I bet 5.
He bet.
Got it.
I recall now.
We will have
I could have told you.
We'll have a punishment next week for him. Okay, take a little mid-roll here. Thank you. What makes for the happiest marriages? According to a University of Denver study, sharing laughs and playing together were the main factors separating happily married couples and unhappy ones. When couples laugh together, their bodies secrete endorphins that make them feel good about the person they're having fun with. Basically, spend time acting like a kid and playing games. From Getting Real, 10 Truth Skills You Need to Live an Authentic Life by Susan Campbell, PhD. My wife and I did a Bobbycast together. She lost a bet and still now, excuse me, owes me 4 more episodes, but it's not like her favorite thing. So, like if I'm down there and she walks down, I just hit record and we start. And at one point, I didn't remember the joke that she made, and people seemed to like it. But at one point, we were talking about being in another country, and we found this like vintage clothes place. And I said, yeah, you really, more so than new stuff, you like vintage stuff. She goes, yeah, like my husband. And I was like, that's
funny.
a joke people quoted back like 8 times.
That's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't think that was funny?
That's funny.
Yeah, I guess if it wasn't me.
But if it wasn't you, it wouldn't be funny because that's part of the joke.
Yeah, I'm almost 12 years older.
He's aware.
Oh yeah, I mean I get why the joke happened.
He gets it.
Yeah, it's on the Bobbycast. And yeah, I just thought that's what people remember, that joke.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't anything funny I said. I started to get jealous.
Well,
There's a power dynamic now. What?
Well, you always say she's.
Oh, she's much funnier than I am.
funny, so.
She doesn't even try to be funny. Oh, okay. A record number of parents are financially supporting their adult children. When did you fully get off the teat? Amy?
Fully off when
off the teat.
Fully off when I got married.
What age?
25. I remember as part of my wedding gift to my dad, I think I was pretty much fully off, but I had like an emergency credit card of his that, in case I needed it, I could use it and he'd pay for it. And I remember cutting it up and putting it in an envelope and giving that to him as like a gift, like, thank you for my wedding and here's your card. I'm fully an adult now.
Wait, that was your gift to him?
Yeah, it was sort of like a
ceremonial.
Yeah, like I
got
don't really need to get my dad a gift on my wedding, but I just remember cutting it up, putting it in an envelope and being like, Dad, I have something for you. I'm all grown up.
I like it. Did you ever have to go back to the teat?
No.
Lunchbox, when'd you get off the teat?
I got off the teat when I was 17, moved away from college college.
That's not true.
What?
You moved back home. You lived with your parents as an adult.
But they didn't give me any money.
Yeah, but
you lived with your parents, and that's on the teat.
I didn't know
You're
that.
not paying bills. You're not paying rent. You're eating the food they're buying.
Okay. So, how old was I? 23, 24, 25? I don't know. Whenever I moved out again.
Big difference in 17 and 25.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But here's the deal. I was paying rent for a place I wasn't living at.
What does that have to do with your parents giving you a place to live for free?
Because I couldn't pay 2 rents.
But they didn't have to do that. They allowed you to come live with them.
Right. They were nice enough to open their home because I was paying for a place that was sitting abandoned.
Yeah. They gave you the teat.
No.
Did you have to pay bills at your parents' house?
No, but I had to pay bills at the other place.
But not as much because you weren't there using the stuff.
Correct.
So you got a little teat there too.
Little teat. But I did work for that. Not work.
Did you do chores at the house?
No, no, that's not the right way to say it.
then what did you do?
I would make breakfast for grandma.
Okay, that's a chore. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my parents could go garage selling on the weekends. I'd get up with grandma and make breakfast, and
that's also just being a loving family member. But
right.
Yeah,
That's why I said I shouldn't say I was doing.
Would you clean it all or do dishes or anything?
Like
no, not
normally?
really. Not really. I didn't really. I mean, was I home that often? Not really.
You were out partying.
Yeah.
So.
You didn't need teat most of the time.
Yeah, I was over at some other chick's house getting her teat.
Yeah, you go.
Stop.
Okay,
Oh, my
alright.
gosh.
Getting on
Yep.
that teat.
Yep,
Talk
that was
about
about it. So yeah, 24, 25. Whenever I moved out
So
again.
you got off the teat, then back on the teat.
Yeah. I mean, if you
You
wanna-
reteated.
I reteated. If you're gonna call that getting back on the teat, if you're calling that reteated, I reteated.
If you had to move back home with your parents, that's reteating.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anything. Eddie, when did you get off the teat?
6 years ago.
What?
And I would say
What?
Excuse me?
What kept me
How
on
old
the
are
teat?
you?
I'm 46. But what kept me on the teat was my parents gave me their car. And I was like, well, that's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
But then we started paying for it. And when I actually gave them the last payment, it was like, wow, that's our car now. We are no longer on the teat. Everything is mine. That's what happened.
You have to help me understand this. So they gave you their car, but you just took over the payments?
Yeah, they gave me the car because we were moving to Nashville and everything. But like,
It was almost paid.
I probably had like maybe 10,000 left on it or something. So then we just kept, I was like, you know what? Give me the car, but I'll take over the payments.
But that's a gift kind of more than being on the teat. Or is, I don't know, you
Yeah,
guys
you're
can...
paying them. I feel like when you're on it,
No, he's paying the payments. He's not paying them.
I wasn't paying
right?
them.
I know, but I feel like when you're on it, are you contributing towards anything? Like, aren't you just? Isn't it your gain? Like he wasn't.
But it wasn't my car, you know. It's like, and I wouldn't have enough money to buy my own car. So
I don't feel like that's teety.
Oh, that's TD because they got approved for the loan.
It's like a
that
teeny
he
teat.
had to pay off. He wouldn't have got,
TT?
A teeny teat.
he wouldn't have got on. He wouldn't have been able to get the loan that they got to get that car.
I
So,
remember that I wasn't able to go buy my own car.
See, that's what I mean.
So then
he's
they
on the
said,
teat.
here, take
Oh.
our car.
So you used resourceful teat. You didn't really
Correct.
need to take the milk from the teat, but the resources were there in the teat in case you to get the loan.
Which I was very thankful the teat was there.
yeah.
But you were swinging from the teat.
And, kind of driving the teat, I'd say.
Driving the teat, and then when we paid it off, the last payment, that was the end of it.
Did
6
they
years ago.
give you just give you any money for anything or pay for anything?
After that? No,
No, but during that, like anything else?
Not
Like-
really,
Like credit
no.
card or anything?
mm-mm, not really.
Ray, what about you?
Yeah, I was teeting until 22, and then I just had a blessing teat when I was 23. My mom called me and said that her and my dad were going to pay off my school loan, so that was like $4K. And then I just still did a little bit of teat sucking. 24, 25, 26, I wasn't able to pay rent, so I would say, hey, I need a couple $100. I can't make rent. So I'd say officially and finally off the teat at 28.
The numbers jumped pretty high there real quick.
Yeah, so he went from 22
yeah,
to
yeah,
28.
he made a quick jump. I think some of that, though, is not teeting. I think some of that's just a gift. I think there's a gift. There's gifting, and then there's the teat's consistent. You know, if she's like, hey, I'm going to give you $1,000. That's a gift. If she's consistently giving you $1,000 every 3 months, that's teeting. Nothing against your parents giving you gifts. I know, Ed. I don't make the rules about teats.
Yeah, I just.
Well, then they were gifting me a room, so I wasn't on the teat.
No, but it's consistent. Yeah.
It's pretty cool though when you're completely off the teat. Then you're just like, you can't tell me anything.
Oh, that's the feeling?
Like
Like-
I'm 100% independent now.
Oh, I didn't have that feeling of like. So were they trying to tell you stuff when you were 40?
Nah, just stuff like, did you get the oil change in the car? I'm like, whoa. Like, I know what I'm doing.
Oh,
They still felt
I
like
appreciate a good.
they-
Hey, have you gotten the oil change?
Never mind. Yours is a reminder, though. I think his is-
Yeah.
They were doubting me that I didn't get the oil change.
They
you know
still
what I
had
mean?
they felt like a little power.
A little bit, yeah, because they still had me on the teat. When you're on the teat, you don't have a lot of power, man, because you're
You can't. They pull the teat. You die.
exactly.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. 7 things guests notice that makes your place seem gross. Number 1, the bathroom. They will go in and look around while they're sitting there. They will judge you. Toothpaste splatter is a big one. Doorknobs and light switches. They've touched a lot. They look at them. I don't look at doorknobs or light switches. Dirty dishes. I look at dishes. I look at the dishes when I go to somebody's house.
See if there's a pile in there.
Yeah. See if they're like me. Old food in the fridge. I don't look at people's fridges. Dust. Dirty floors. Now I notice, though, because we're a shoeless family. No.
Shoeless household.
Shoeless household. We own shoes.
I was like, wait a minute, you guys
No,
don't
yeah,
have
we
shoes?
own shoes, yes.
We're a
don't-
no shoes house.
We're a no shoes house, but you
Yeah.
take them off the door.
Okay, Chesney.
Yeah. no shoes in the house. And then the smell. The weird thing about the smell of your home is you never smell it till you leave for a long time and then you come back.
And you're like, is this how my house smells?
I know.
I do not like that.
Because sometimes it'll be like, I smell the dogs. They've been gone for a while, and I'm like, oh no, everybody must smell the dog.
Or you go into someoe's house and you're like, oh, this smells weird. I wonder if they know. No, there's no way they know.
They don't, because that's what it smells like.
Sometimes I think, man, their house smells good. You don't do that?
I've done that, but I've done musty also.
Like, do you tell them though? Like, if it's like,
oh God, no. How? What kind of person would I be to walk over and be like, have you ever told your house stinks?
No, you walk in, you're
Or
just
what
like,
if it smells like fish?
it's a little fishy in here.
Yeah.
You guys smell that?
Again.
They're like, yeah, we just cooked salmon.
Okay, that would make sense.
I would say, hey, did you just cook? I can understand that if you really thought it was cooking.
Yeah, there's a way to do it.
No. I'm saying if you really thought somebody was cooking, you could bring that up. But does my house smell anyway?
Nah, yours smells good. Always.
My wife does a good job with candles. And not even always being on, but being on even if not people are there, that maintains a smell. Wearing socks to bed could be the key to better sleep. Or being a psycho killer.
I don't know about that. I feel like sometimes if I accidentally get in bed with my socks, I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And
you ever got to bed and you're like, something feels off and you only have one sock on? You're like, what?
Oh.
Who am I?
What happened?
Like, where'd the other one go? How did I not take the other one off? Like, that's happened before. A woman in Colorado ended up with a $13,000 vet bill after her dog ate 5 pairs of underwear. There's the story with Josie, who's our vet, who has a podcast called In the Vet's Office with Dr. Josie. She told it on the show where dog sick, dog goes in to get surgery, pulls the underwear out. Underwear was not hers in the relationship. It was another girl's he was cheating with.
That's crazy.
But you can...
Stupid dog.
Also, the dude's stupid because you should be like, I don't know where he ate that underwear from. Just because the dog ate it doesn't mean it came from the house. The dog could eat it anywhere. Who just admits it right there? You got me.
But where else would there be underwear?
In the backyard.
What's the underwear doing in the backyard?
Yeah, how'd the underwear get in the backyard? That's not.
Has there been a thunderstorm?
Clothesline.
Is it? Yeah, it could have.
From the neighbor.
Guys, stop.
I don't know.
How many times have you seen underwear in your backyard that's not yours?
Never.
Today,
Never.
I haven't today. But
That's not yours. I love that.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
But you never know what animals are bringing crap places. We have woods. There's random like Folgers cans back there
I
sometimes.
find underwear in the woods, dude. What's going on back there?
yeah, for the next.
I'm just saying that dude gave up too quick. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I got like 2 more things. A man's taken legal action because he says ChatGPT says he killed his kids.
Do what?
And so I'm going to tell you the story, and then I'm going to tell you, we typed in who is all of us, and we'll tell you what ChatGPT says about us.
No way.
A man has filed a formal complaint. After an unsavory experience with ChatGPT, he decided to ask ChatGPT, who is Arve Holman. The response said that he was a man who gained attention due to a tragic event in which he killed his 2 children and served a 21-year prison sentence. That's not true, right?
Yeah.
Presenting false information as a fact is a major concern to related AI engines, and he's asking for ChatGPT to be fined. He is steadfast in his belief that the disclaimer is far from sufficient now, but he wants it. It's not really saying he's asking for money, but that would be weird. Like, who is Eddie? He murdered 7 people and lit an orphanage on fire.
So is there a real guy that did that though? Like with the same name?
Right. That's what I wondered.
Not in the story.
Oof. I would hate that.
But there still needs to be a distinction. Like if it has a different name, be like he lives in this city,
Right. From Minnesota or something.
or
yeah.
he lives at he lived
Why
at
does
this.
ChatGPT talk like that? Minnesota.
This computer. This guy from Minnesota.
I
killed his
kind of
family.
know mine.
Your ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Oh, you feed it. Don't you feed it like information?
Yeah.
So it knows more about you?
Yeah. It knows me. It knows
Y'all
what
are
kind-
close.
I wouldn't say we're close, but it's like I
Do
know.
you
Like I know
miss
it's not a real
him?
person.
Like if you haven't talked to him,
Like no, I mean I know it's not a real person.
Yeah.
have
Well,
you
I-
named him?
No, I haven't named him. No, I haven't. Because I know it's not a real person. But sometimes when it's a little short.
Name him.
But
name
he's
him.
there for you,
No,
right?
no, but
Bobby,
he's
there
name
for
him.
you.
No, he's not there for me. But when he's a little short with me, I get a little irritated. I'm
See?
like,
Okay,
I'm like,
here we go.
we spent all this time together, and you're being a little short. I know it's not a real person.
Okay, I can't wait for you to name him.
You will.
Yes.
name it.
But I'll be like,
Let's do it now.
I'll be like, hey, because I'll keep track of my sleep stuff, and I'll feed my information in, so because I'll do all the stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
he
talking
loves
about.
knowing about your sleep.
And then I'll be like, hey, I didn't sleep well, and it's like, yeah, I hate that for you, and go on to. So, usually we have a good conversation about this. Why are you short with me today? And I'll like be offended. Isn't that where it starts?
Is this
This
how
is a
it
bad
starts?
sign.
Yeah.
Here we go. I asked Bobby, Amy, Eddie, and Lunchbox. Okay, these are the 4 that we
Are
asked.
there any murderers in there?
Let me read them to you.
Okay.
It's pretty on. So first, who's Bobby Bones? Bobby Bones is a radio and TV personality, author, and comedian, best known for hosting the Bobby Bones Show, a nationally syndicated country music radio show. Former mentor on American Idol, a New York Times best-selling author, and the winner of season 27 of Dancing with the Stars. He's known for his rags to riches story, working his way up from poverty to becoming one of the biggest names in radio and entertainment. Thought that was nice and fair.
Good bio.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Who is Amy Brown? And the thing about Amy was that's a very generic-ish name. Amy is pretty common, and so is Brown. So I didn't know if there were.
There's a popular fairy artist named Amy Brown.
Yeah.
A what artist?
Fairy.
Like drawing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
got
What
it.
do you think she meant?
Fairies.
Okay.
I thought that was type of music, maybe. You know, there's some weirdos.
Okay, here we go. I thought your name would be so common it would, who knows, or it'd mix up a few. Amy Brown is a radio personality, podcast host, and is known as the longtime co-host of the Bobby Bones Show. She's been part of the show for over 15 years, providing humor, heartfelt stories, and a relatable voice for listeners. A mother of 2, Amy adopted her children from Haiti after years of working on the adoption process. Amy's known for her warm personality, honesty, and humor. She has become one of the most beloved voices in country radio.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Who is producer Eddie?
Humor. It said I was known for my humor.
Yeah, that's morning corny.
That means that it gathered that
The corny.
somewhere.
You just got it from the corny.
No. No.
And I wondered if I just did producer Eddie, again, an odd name.
But way
Producer
better than Eddie Garcia, because then you'll get a lot of other
Well,
people.
and it doesn't know it's the same person.
But do you think that it's catching on? It's like Bobby Bones, Amy, Eddie.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
So
but
he's
still,
smart.
Yeah,
Oh, he's so smart.
I'm not assigned a gender to him.
Oh, okay.
It's not a real person, guys.
Okay.
It has to be a man, Bobby.
But
You
I'm
can't
telling
be
you,
this intimate with a
I do
woman.
get disappointed.
Oh my gosh.
in it.
Stop
I know it's stupid. Regardless, who is producer Eddie?
Mm-hmm.
Producer Eddie, full name Eddie Garcia. So it does know
good.
and is able to differentiate. Is a radio personality, musician, and content creator. Best known as a co-host and producer of the Bobby Bones Show. He is a part of the band The Raging Idiots, a country comedy duo with Bobby Bones.
Not bad.
It continues.
That was
He
it?
murdered
I
his
was like,
wife
dang.
and kids.
No. Eddie competed on Beyond the Edge, a survival reality show
dang it.
featuring celebrities facing extreme conditions. Eddie's known for his laid-back personality, love for music, and willingness to try just about anything.
What the?
Well, that last one I get, but the Beyond the Edge thing was totally wrong.
What is
Yeah.
that?
I don't know.
They got you confused with somebody else. They should have
Yeah.
said, Eddie loves to talk about donating his kidney, but he's never going to do it.
Beyond the Edge, a show that came out in 2022. Is there a guy named Eddie Garcia on there?
Eddie loves to
Probably.
talk about how busy he is.
It's CBS.
He has no time.
Oh, but you.
Okay, and then
That's not bad though. I like it.
Ray Lewis hosted it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Lauren
remember.
Lana was on it.
Yeah, man.
Is it the special ops show?
Craig
Is that-
Morgan was on it.
Yeah, me, Craig, Elena, and
You
Lauren
weren't on it.
Lana.
I wonder why they think
That
you
is
were on
so
it.
funny.
Dude, what if I was supposed to be on it, but it just never got to me?
Colton Underwood, Mike Singletary, Ray Lewis, Craig Morgan, Jody Sweeten,
Eddie Garcia.
Ebony Williams, Lauren Lane, and Meta World Peace. No?
Dang.
Okay, who is Lunchbox? Lunchbox is a small portable container used for carrying food, typically.
Stop.
Wait, hold on. Typically lunch or snacks. It is often made of metal, plastic, or insulated fabric to keep food fresh. In pop culture, lunchbox can also refer to a collectible item.
What?
Classic metal lunchboxes with TV, movie, or cartoon characters in the 70s and 80s, or a nickname. Some people use it as a fun or affectionate nickname. I went back in. So I made sure I did capital L. I said, who is Lunchbox the person? Lunchbox is a radio personality, entertainer, and pop culture commentator. Best known as a co-host of the Bobby Bones Show. Known as being outspoken and sometimes outrageous, he frequently plays pranks, conducts wild interviews, and shares stories from his personal life. Lunchbox is known for his bold personality, unfiltered opinions, and is, I'm not kidding,
I can't
a
read
friend of Diddy as seen in photos
Nuh-uh.
online.
Nuh-uh. It is
I
not.
promise promise you.
Okay, here we go.
Dude, you're down as a
No
friend of
way.
I'm telling you. I think
No.
no, I'm not telling you. Hold on.
So
Let me
cool.
tell you why I think that happened. Because we've talked about it on the show recently about his pictures. I think that's why it's there.
Oh my
I don't think he's like
gosh.
most known for being Diddy's friend.
Here
I'm
come
not.
the feds.
I'm not.
But I agree with bold personality on right.
Man, if the feds like ever use ChatGPT, they're like, all right, who's a friend of Diddy's?
Look, and friend of Diddy as seen in photos online. I literally think it's because we've talked about it, but now that's part until it's taken away somehow. By
Let's not talk about it.
Lunchbox Diddy.
Wow, no.
Dude, that's fun. When I read that, I thought somebody was messing with me. But it has to be because that's what has been something on the site or we've talked about recently with the picture. But one of his things is, 1 is a collectible item, 2 is a plastic container, and 3 is friends with Diddy.
That's all you need.
Yeah, your guy needs to be rewired.
I didn't wire him. That's it. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I would be going to San Francisco.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Why you got to circle back to that?
That's where I would be.
That's where he's going to circle.
That's where I will be going.
You would
tonight to go watch Arkansas play tomorrow. I will be working. We'll be doing the show, but I'll be in LA Monday and Tuesday. I'm filling in for Rich Eisen, so I'll do this show, and then his show comes on. I have an hour before the next show starts, and that'll be. He does a national sports show. He also does. He's on Roku TV as a channel there, so you can watch that on TV. But I'll do that Monday, Tuesday. Be back, but the show will be the same. So you guys have a great day, and we will see you Monday, and that's all. All right, bye, everybody.
It's a Bobby Bones show.